Hello and welcome. Right, this is immediately follow. Oh, let me just check my sounds on the right device. Oh, no, I did it already. That's all right. Smashing. Yeah, it's all right. I did a recording session earlier where the first sort of half of the session I'd got all my headset sort of sound, so I didn't realise I was recording from the screen, which didn't have any sound. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Right, yeah, we have... Now, it's strange, but the guar beans are causing a bit of an issue on Maypole, but it's only on Maypole. So I'm sort of wondering, well, is it something on Maypole that it doesn't like? Something that's it's upset by that, because it keeps on having an error every single time. Now then, I believe... Yeah, we said we're going to do the straw, like... we will do. Now, they did... haven't we got... Wasn't it the... Yeah, the blah, 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 blah. Sugar beets. Wasn't that what we were like? I think it was... Oh. Yeah, I think we've actually harvested that. Well, yeah, the barley was the first to go, so that weed's okay. We don't care about that. Yeah, the one we do care about is... Yeah, next month, that's it. That's right. We just got our one grass fed, which we know that's, yeah. So really, everything is done. It's true. We said for once we were going to do everything, and we did. Yeah, we've done the last cut as well. So did we? Are we leasing this? Or I think we are, aren't we? But aren't we keeping it? Oh. What are the chances of that, eh? What are the chances on a Let's Play you get the monstrous brand and the mega roll as like things for both of you? It's just unbelievable, isn't it? That really it is. That's the biggie. We don't need it. We've got two now. It's a shame because it's is it the new or the old? It's the... Ooh, that's bizarre. It should have two side stickers on it. That's a bit odd. It should actually, yeah. Its stickers have disappeared. That's definitely a bit weird. Yeah, well, don't think we need another one. We've already got the mega roll, to be honest. So did I? Yeah, I've got the straps on. Fantastic. Did we do the animals? It was a bit of a sort of mix and match session, really. Quite a lot went on. And I believe we still actually have got the... Let's have a look as well at this. I can't remember. Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, I think these are all settled down now. I've got my new graphics on all of them. Yeah, so they've changed both of the models and they both look... The only weird thing is that although I have got the dirt layer on, it's not getting dirty. Don't tell Giants or I'll be in trouble. Yeah, I really don't know. I have really done it properly. I mean, I know what to do now, but... It's true, for some reason it's not showing on this. No, you can see it should be mucky because the rest of the Giants model's got muck on it. Unless it is on it and you just can't see it terribly well. No, I can't see any muck on that. It might be just the way the diffuse is. It might like literally deflect muck. I might have got a secret paint that has never been discovered and that everybody will want because they no longer ever have to clean their material. This could be, I could be on something. No, I'm only kidding, it's just a bit of fun, but it has honestly got the water layer and the dirt layer, as Giants call it, that when I first started modding, I didn't know anything about it. And then obviously I did find out about it, and I actually put two new UVs on every bit of metal that I actually ever do, so that it's all got the water layer. Some of it I didn't do that though, and actually like that metal on that, now that gets wet. That mind you, I think I'm using Giants diffusers, so that might actually pass that on to that to actually do that, you know, to use that metal. That might be why it actually gets wet, whereas it might be something that I've done with that one. Now we still have got... Yeah, this for almost 50. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a monster giant, much more than 50,000 liters." Well, that's not a badly amount of corn, really. Well, it still won't last forever. Obviously, you know, like going into the. Oh yeah, we've also got a super, I believe. Oh, we have casualties. We do. We have The corner production silo is not... Now that's strange because I haven't shifted any... Or have I? Did I stick them in? No, I've still the corner. I was looking at the corner production silos. I've changed the model. It should look different. But it really should not have disappeared. Oh, that means it's going to have stuff in it. Us as grass. Why am I like hugging the edge of the field like I'm going to destroy the crop? Ah, oh, that's a bit annoying. Oh, no, I didn't think I'd hit anything like that. Right, light as well. I believe it would be very useful to have a bit of light. Although it's not too terrible. Not really for an October morning. Let's stick this into the whiskey factory. I don't understand that. Actually, oh, I do love the new wood effect on the whiskey factory. It really does suit it. Colouring as well. I think I've not done the colouring quite as well as I'd like. It will be, again, I'm going to tweak all of them a little bit. I basically tried to get the new model onto most things, and obviously some have got the right colours. Not sure whether I've done it too glossy. They've all got quite a bit of shine, and I'm not sure whether it's the rice one. No, it does. No, it has got the plants in again. Even though obviously we can see that for some reason the... Yeah, why is that? I'm going to have a look at this. Did I do that? I can't remember whether I did anything afterwards, because it could be... If it was like... Grew like that. If it was placed like that, then it really is something I've done. If it's not, and I actually did some levelling and that afterwards, it could well be just that... that was like what I did. Right, so then. Yeah, so I don't know what's happened to the corner silo. Have I played... Ah, I did put the corner silo down, but did I tweak it afterwards? Have I done some damage? I will have to have a look. But the only trouble is, once you're in and the game saves, you're scuppered. We would have had quite a lot of straw in that. Do you know? Yeah, it's true. I think what I'm going to do is, even though I know I'm going to lose progress, I'm going to quickly scoot out and actually have a look at this. I keep saying about live modding, but it's true. If the game saves, I can go back to the backup for now, but I can just pop straight out. So I'm going to be right back. See you shortly. Right, we should be good now. I'm hoping... That's not picking up the... Oh, why is my volume going really over the red again all of a sudden, strangely? Right, I think we should be in business. It was my own fault. I added manure because it wasn't appearing on... I couldn't stick some in on one of the Let's Plays, so I stuck it in, but I didn't stick it in the storage. And it's a little bit... It doesn't particularly like that when you do that, so should now have the manure icon in this, which will help me on... Which Let's Play was it I needed to do it? Well, it's always the useful one. Anyway, so yeah, it's definitely there. So we're good. Not on this Let's Play. Yeah, I've got a new aircon unit. But it sounds a little bit noisy. So I'm hoping it's not too terrible. I'm just going to do a bit of a playback, I think. Because I don't want this to like totally affect things. I can cut out the sound a little bit. So I'm just going to test this. Be right back. Hello and welcome. Right, we are back on Ladyhill. As you can see, the aftermath of the last session where we literally did the corn harvest. I did lose the corner silo. I've been on once before, and yeah, I'd added something to it which hadn't actually... Yeah, I'd forgotten to put it in the storage, so therefore it didn't appear, which then meant it couldn't appear on the map, so it disappeared. So I noticed it, recorded it, and yeah, I fixed it, so it's back now. Yeah, so I could have got away with not mentioning it, but I don't like that kind of deceit, even though it doesn't hurt in a way. Deceit can always hurt you yourself if you sort of walk with it often enough. So I try not to. Yeah, even though it's a common sort of thing. I know nowadays people lies and things like that are commonplace. We live in sort of quite bad times. Really? Right, well, euros. I think... No, we are right. It is euros. Yeah, definitely. Right, we have... Yeah, the guava bean greenhouse for the... I do like those. I really do enjoy seeing those. It is really nice when you've done something that actually looks, you can actually see your work. I mean, it's a bit two-dimensional, but I don't think I can ever do anything about that. It's about as good as I can get it. With what Giants have done some really advanced things with, like all of the vegetables, especially the tomatoes. So that's the one, of course, Mr. Silly here chose to muck around with, and it did take me a long while. Yeah, the paint on this doesn't seem to be dirty. You can see that it should be, because the Giants paintwork is dirtying, but my graphics are not, which is a bit odd because it has got the right layers. So I don't know what that is about, but yeah, it's not working right. So I might have missed something on Blender. Now the animals, I would imagine that we've done everything. I'd imagine. Yeah, the other thing is when, I think this is about field, isn't it? So I don't really think we need to worry about it. Yeah, so these are 120. I think there's a bit of space. I think we said there's a little bit of space down there, really. So that's good, and that's good too. Everybody's full. Milk is gone on both ends. It is indeed. So we've done everything animals-wise. We said we'd grab the straw like in one monster session, but is that wise? I know what I mean. Yeah, true. How much straw have we got in the straw factory already? Because that's really the deciding factor, and it's just a stat. Wasn't I going to upgrade this in the last session? Didn't I pay for it to be upgraded? And I haven't done it. I'll have to check in editing. So it has got, no, it has got a shed load of straw. So we're not going to run out anytime soon, but I do think I'm right. I think I did pay for that. I'll check in editing. So we're going to go through to, that's a point actually. Have we ever gone to sleep in the house? Ever? There is no sleep trigger. I mean, as in like there is no appearing house. Yeah, this is, I think, another one of those cases of the disappearing icons, because I'm quite sure that actually this is supposed to have, unless it's one of those things that we did sort of... No, I think one of these is going to be the sleep trigger. Ah, this has not got any, like, graphics in the windows. No, it really has not got a sleep trigger. Perhaps you're supposed to add your own. So we're going to go to sleep like we normally would. Or are we the caravan? We could be the caravan, it's true. It's all empty, so I wonder if, like, we have done something and, like, yeah, because there was a bit of selling and stuff of things that we sort of shouldn't have done at the beginning that we didn't. Yeah, basically got rid of some stuff that I don't really think we were supposed to. Yeah, so it may be that we've done the damage. It could well be. And it is a little bit late in the Let's Play, really, to be worrying about such a thing, I would say. And so then, let's go through till November morning, where we should find... Now then, are we going to, like, get everything ready? It's going to be sugar beet. Now, have we... I don't think we've got a harvester, have we? Yeah, we could lease the one that we did before. Oh, wait, the other thing is, this is the trouble. You can go to the next morning and you can get one in the sales. And I could buy one right now. And although it's highly unlikely, and we know this, I'm not for 1 minute thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to get one of them in the morning. What I'm thinking is, like, it'd be Murphy's Law that you did it and then it would happen. Is it just the reflection on... Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very glossy. I think it's the different colours. Oh, and it's quite high quality diffused graphics. Yeah, it's talking English. Right, so let's go through till tomorrow. Yes, I did notice the brand. We've already got the biggie, so we don't really need another one, do we, really? It's all I'm thinking. Right. Oh, now that's a little bit better. Production costs are down to 4,222. Wow, why have they suddenly dropped to that amount? Great demand at slurry yard. So what have we got in that? Yeah, the slurry and manure that we have been sort of letting build up again over the last few months. Quite a lot of both. And in the other end, we have an awful lot again of both. So again, it's a great demand. Now we ought to be set. Yeah, I would imagine we all know that we're going to see that this is going to be ready to go red. So that's definitely ready. As is I think we knew this, didn't we? We said that everything was going to be ready all at the same time. So I think what we're going to do is let's grab one of the tractors. The biggie? No, because I think the Fent will do. I've done it again. Oh, lights. Now then, we do need narrows for sugar. I think this can have narrows. I think it has nice narrows as well. So let's stick some narrows on this. We'll lease one of mine and we'll get the corn header going on this. Or do I? I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this in 2 sessions. The sugar beet's going to take a while longer. But this is not going to take too long. So I think we'll do... Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be too... If I'm like juggling from one to the other, I think it's going to be like quite painful. Now then, I'm sure we're not too far away. Yeah, I think we... No, yeah, this is a traditional corn header, isn't it? We're very lucky to... Oh, let's not attack the... this beautiful little bit of kit. Have I got the lights on? Just got 2 lights on, actually. Let's see, I think we should be able to get that. But it's a bit of a stretch. It is a bit far on, so I'm not sure. Have a go. No. I did think it was going to be a bit of a stretch, really. Yeah, so we'll do it in 2 hits. We'll do the... animals? I'm trying to think of the animals. No, we can't do that with this weight on because it's the wrong way round. Yeah, it's not got that. I was using the wrong hitch, or the yeah. Right. So then, if we just push that, I know we've not got anything on, but we can still. I would have thought push that like towards that. We only need to move it a little tiny bit. And I think... Okay, well, that's one way to try to do it. It's weird, isn't it? It's at times like this where you sort of burst the realism because you realise that it's not quite... And it's unfortunate, but it is not really an awful lot you can actually do about it. It is again. This is one of those things you really... I can't believe that we actually managed to get this working. Yeah, I was rather astounded to realise we could use this monster. We could actually go this away and do that one first. And then come back. So we sort of can do that round the corner trick. I think I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Hello and welcome. Right, this is just on the aftermath of last session where we had finished the harvest. So let's get the harvester off the field and let's get moving forward. I say, no, but we can't go that way. That's not the way to go. Yeah. Yes, as I said, we did say we're going to do the straw, but I think if we get, bits of time in between, I might well grab it. Not, obviously, I'm going to start the next harvest. It's going to be busy because we're going to have the sunflowers to do and the sugar beet all at the same time, which is what we sort of, looked at that and saw that was the way it was going to go, so... Did we stick the guava bean greenhouse on completely and everything? Is everything good? And the rice greenhouse, yeah, that's distributing, guava bean distributing. I thought we would have, so that is also busy too. It is indeed. Oh my life, the guava beans are a bit stupendous, aren't they? Wow. Now I've got to check the last episode because I'm sure I paid the additional for upgrading something. I think it was a straw factory, but what I'd obviously like to make sure that that's true. Are we really going to put this away because we're going to need it tomorrow morning? Yeah, this is true. The one thing we ought to be doing is getting that corn into the whiskey factory. So let's get this done before we do anything else. Can we? We can indeed. It is just a grass field. Oh. Yeah, none of them particularly like to turn, do they, like that? They lose all power. Yeah, I would say this is the quickest way. Oh, I suppose we could stick this into the silo. That's probably not a bad idea. Probably reverse would be the best thing as well. And then tell that to go to the whiskey factory. Yeah. Right, so let's tell that to do its job then. Right, so then the grassfield silo, I believe, is the one that we should be looking at. So we want to be looking for corn. Yeah, actually, one thing I had missed was manure. Yeah, I literally... I don't think I've missed it on them all, but I had missed it on the corner silo. Apologies, yeah. Just literally sort of woken up. Right, so then, no, we won't go up that way. We'll just... Yeah, I've got the lid on, the roof is on a little bit uneven. I've got it on a few models. I've got to sort that out on them all. It looks a little bit quaint. When you look at the model, it's you think, oh, that's not on right. Yeah, keep not actually sort of remembering to do it, or which models are affected. Most of them now are all right, but it is quite it's strange to see. Right, so then I think, yeah. Now, if I remember rightly, let's take that straps off. And we will push that because it's a little bit too far for the harvesters to reach. It's gone over just a little bit too much. I do love this little thing. It's alright. But never underestimate that it's got the strength to do quite a lot, actually. It's quite amazing. I mean, it can't lift that, but it might just be able to. It's just slightly more than its own weight, just. But it would struggle. Which I think you would, wouldn't you, really, if you're trying to lift your own weight. Now, I believe the animals are completely done. And I would be right. And there's also very little milk. I won't say none, because that would be a fib. It's got a little. Right, so then let's go through till November morning. Yeah, no, there was the big Brant and my own medium general tanker, which we've already got plenty of those type of things. So, and we've already got a giant roller. Isn't that amazing? Who would have thought in a one Let's Play you would have actually got two big rollers in one Let's Play? Now, if this was bigger fields, I might actually do it. You know, I might actually go for that straight away. Right, let's do the animals before we do anything. And, well, and check the sales too. That would be nice. For the first time in ages, it's actually quite a cool evening. Right, so lights. Let's have a look then. Yeah, and also, great demand at Slurry Yard. Oh, my life. Gordon Bennett. I don't think we need another mover, do we? Which is a shame. It's a good price, that is. Oh, no. No, is that the same one we just saw? Or, no, I'm not sure. A Terraflex, a 8.5 meter. We have got, yeah, and I do realise, well, I was said last time about us not having STX. Oh, it's a Concorde. It's a bit late for us now, I think. But we can sell quite a bit, I should say. So let's go and do that. We may as well. Do you know? Right, okay, let's reset that. It never should have happened. Do you know, I hate it when that happens. Right behind us. Reset. Yeah. It was an reset on the game as well that was a necessary reset. So let's buy you, yes. Squadron, we don't want any. And the U2, the quick pro belt, which I have now used. Oh, I didn't realize it got rear hitches. Now that I didn't notice. Both. What does that do? I didn't realize that before, no. Ah, it can have the collector at the back, like one that we had in... Yeah, the only thing I've got against it is I've always had a bit of a hang-up when someone tells me it's like cheaty. So you can go massively, unreal. Pick up technology standard. This seems to have black hole 5 meter. What does that mean? Yeah, so it's got quite a few options. Again, it was the only thing that really put me off a little bit. Let's just knock that off. So we should have... So we've got to pay. We haven't done it on purpose. The Pro Bale obviously is... Yeah, 1,500. We may still make some cash with buying it for that. So we might, for once, cover that additional cost. If we were sort of like we're nearly finished on the Let's Play, so there's no point in grabbing that beautiful bit of kit, but we could sell it. It's not worth it, not really. But that is 30 odd grand. It's just about worth actually selling. So let's do it, and let's get that little lot sold. Then let's feed the animals. Right. So then, yeah, we should start with you. I do like this. I just don't like the lorry version. I like the lorry version. Sorry, not the tipper. Yeah, let's be a bit more specific. Right. I think some lights are in order. It's definitely a little bit dingy, as it would be November morning. We never have used the random. No, I thought we had. So the only bad thing about it is because it is such a large trailer, it's tall. I'd imagine ours is okay. It's not the lowest. Not the Rossomash tends to be the one that's vertically challenged. Let's get this done. Oh. Fantastic. Yeah, so I have used this, but I've got to be honest, all things considered, I definitely prefer the G866 system. But that's more of a thing with the way that if someone tells me something's cheaty, if I've got a constant reminder that it's cheaty and that the person who made it's, they think it is, and they tell me it is. There's one lorry that likewise I love it, and that's the only reason I use it, but it says cheaty, and yet really it's got a larger engine than it would have in real life. Now I just think that's a choice, because you could in real life make that choice and actually get someone to upgrade your engine, and it would cost you, but that's fair dues. I think that would be sort of fine. Let's try that. I'm not sure. Let's also drop that as well, because it really doesn't like it when it thinks it's still got it and it hasn't, which it sort of does make a bit of sense. Not bad. Yeah, the productions have settled down. I don't know why the production costs have suddenly gone from 20 odd grand. Because I've not changed anything in my models. It definitely is some sort of like game, not a glitch per se, because obviously, but I haven't changed my models, and that's my point. So right, we do need to grab somebody, and you will do nicely, I think. We could set the sunflower harvester going. Sunflower harvester. Well, it's true, I suppose. I would imagine they're going to switch the lights straight off, because that's just the way that they roll. Oh. We've got the little John Deere's here too, haven't we? I think the one is still at the bottom, I think. So then, let's get this. It makes no difference which way we do it, so we're closer to this one. Let's just grab that. I can't believe that we're using this big header. Yeah, that we're actually allowed to use this, because I've used 12-meter headers and they were too heavy. So it's obviously literally down to the headers themselves. Right, lights. Yeah, it's true. A sensible person would start the harvester and get them going. So let's crack it. Right, I am going to say my words. I'm going to time-lapse this a little bit. I think we might split the sessions. I reckon what we're going to do is we'll do the sunflower harvest, and then we'll do the sugar beet harvest in another session, a completely different one, I think. Right, so then we have field. It is field 4. And I don't think we will have done this because we've never used the 13.8. No, I am right. Right, so field position, yes. I will try to. I can't see us getting away with anything more than that on this field. Yeah, it's a fairly big header. Oh, 13.8 meters. And we will start at first. Go. Right, oh, that's not what I meant to do at all. Let's grab that trailer. Right, so my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. And welcome. Right, I probably shouldn't have said that, because I'm going to be linking a few of these sessions together. We've had some real problems on this particular map, and only on this map so far. But I have a sneaky feeling it's the autosave mod, the new one that's just come out. Literally what I've done is uninstalled and then reinstalled it. It was working fine, but then all of a sudden it's not been saving in the background, and then on this one, only on this particular game, it's actually been crashing the game and kicking me out. So I'm a bit sort of, not when I say scared, what I mean is, you know, like you start to not, you want to be careful because you don't want to be losing your progress, because I've done this particular bit about 3 or 4 times now. So I've already, like, I don't know how many times I've run the, if I can actually find, oh no, he's there, that's right, I did, I put him there. Yeah, so I don't know how many times I've actually run the product from here to there, and how many to the thing that scares me the most is using the mover. It's always been every time I've actually grabbed straw off the field that we've had problems. So I think what we're going to do is grab the product off and then start. I was trying to grab the straw, you know, like, as in, like, not leave it all. So I did both of the fields, and that was okay. But the save that should have happened, like, after 50 minutes, it didn't happen. And that's where I thought, well, hang on a minute, why did the autosave not kick in when it's actually on? Now, I did switch it on, but has it remembered? Yes, it has, because it does need that setting. So one thing I just checked in the background, I thought, well, does it actually need the tick? And it basically does, because it basically says you need to, like, tick the, you know, however, whatever interval you choose is whenever it will kick in. So yeah, it definitely still needs that as well. Right, let's get this quickly, hopefully done. Yeah, sort of like, and I obviously, as you do, because you're not sure at first the extent of any kind of mod crash. You never are. It has always been a volatile game, but the FS25 is far more volatile than any iteration I've ever seen, and if anything, it's getting worse, not better. After 8 months, I'm flinching a bit more and thinking, oh, is this like, you know, working, or is it not? Or, you know, it shouldn't be like that, but it is. Ooh. My bad. So let's just save the game, because I really don't trust anything at present. I don't know if the autosave actually, whether it cares whether you save in as well or not. But yeah, I'm making no progress at all. I'm getting sick to death of seeing the 2 sunflower fields, because, like, that's all I'm seeing before it goes wrong, and then I have to do it all over again. And I think I've tried it about 3 times so far. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do, whether to, I think I'm sure you're not going to want to see it 3 times. So although I like to show everything, I think this may be one of those exceptions where I don't quite show everything. I think I'll be careful I don't smash the little one, or the big ones for that matter. Right, so then I'm going to go into a time lapse. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, yeah, back again. So it is a bit. It's not the. I literally, and I apologise for it. I hate having to switch the screen on that sort of shows you if something's crashing and burning, but it's definitely to do with this. So I thought, well, let's try this then. Okay, let's switch it on. I did this I filled this one time only, and it was absolutely fine with this. It seems to be struggling when you go to the bottom of the map, almost like it's crashing the map. Now that we know that along this edge, we've had difficulties quite a few times, but it's never crashed before. But then we've not had this very unstable update that we've had last time before. So I'm wondering if we can sort of do this again, because it always seems to be going at the bottom of this field fast, like, you know, like with this. That seems to be. Now I've obviously, as you do, you like trying to see a pattern when you get something that's like repeatable. You're trying to do a pattern. So well, let's try and skirt around this issue and see if we can make it happen. But like, we're going to save it just before we actually get it to happen. Yes, I thought, well, is it this sort of like when you it didn't do an autosave at any time, but again, I was saving it every 5 minutes, so that it seems to be. Let's see if we can actually make this happen. When you go down this bottom right hand side fast, let's try and do it slowly and see if it's anything to do with speed, or whether it really is this down here where it seems to be against the edge of the map that it seems to struggle with. See if we can sort of make it out. It just literally, the game just crashes. I've never seen anything like it. And I've looked in the log file, and it basically just says that game exited. Doesn't say anything crashed, although obviously something has. But it doesn't sort of sense a mod crash. It's almost like the game itself or the map, but whatever it is doesn't actually show you, you know, what is actually crashing and burning. If I press this now, there's nothing. It's just like it doesn't like something. Something makes it like crash, which to me that's got to be a map fault, not anything else. But again, I'm jumping. You know, I'm only just going on years of experience of mod crashes, and boy, have we had some mod crashes. Literally in FS22 and FS25, we really had some mod crashes. So let's quickly save the game again. Because it just crashes. It's as simple as that. There's no, like, rhyme or reason with it in a way. It's just, let's be a bit more gentle as well and not, like, thrash. Because the thing is, the beautiful thing with the mover is that you can do it fast. You know, obviously for the speed of the vehicle itself, it does seem to be across this sort of edge. So let's just be gentle about, you know, going towards the edge of the map in case I am right, and that's exactly what it is. Look, it's not. If it, obviously it's also to do with the last update. Yeah, it's not as simple as that. Obviously, really. Let's grab this little set here as well. That'll do. Nearly filled. I'd imagine we're soon going to actually fill this because this still is the king of straw. Sunflowers, definitely. There's way more straw for this than there is anything else, which I love. Not as big as FS22, I might add. They were monster windrows, but you had to specifically do it with the yeah, it's something I figured out quite late on. I was like, why are the windows not big this time? And then eventually I realized, again, you're observing, scientifically observing what is happening. So I was literally viewing what was happening, and it really was, there was a pattern. You know, it's trying to observe the pattern, because you're like thinking, well, what pattern is there to this? You know, why, what can I see and observe that's actually occurring? And it really was a pattern. But with this one, it seems to be when I'm thrashing around that other field very fast. So I apologise for the, you know, they keep saving the game, but I've literally done this now. This particular two set of fields, I've done them, and then it's crashed, and it's always the other field that we've just not done right now. It's not very good when you go over hillocks like this. It's the only time it tends to get stuck. Yes, I wondered, was it the mover again? This is just the Quantum being told to have a ground pickup, and then obviously I've added a hopper and all that, which none of these are like volatile things. This has been used in a way maybe that it was not supposed to, but then this function can be added to sort of anything like this. Right, so again, edge of the map, so let's be careful on this particular thing and not really rush towards it very quickly, because it seems to be like if I belt at the sort of top speed at the edge of the map, that it seems to go ooh, and then just bang, it goes, simple as. And I was obviously observing the game by pressing this, because if you get serious red writing, it sometimes is serious, whereas other times we're not getting any of that. We're not getting the game's being thrashed. So the only thing I can ever put it towards is the fact that it's always near the edge of the map that it's crashed, and I've also been going fast. So let's try and minimize both of those and see if I am right. Still a bit scary, as in, I always say this, trust or confidence, whichever way you wish to call it, is the basis of any relationship, whether that's a game or a person or anything in life. It's trust built up on you observing and literally having a trust in something following a pattern. And if it does sort of follow that pattern and it does it in a good way, then obviously it builds up positive trust. If, however, you observe something and it does negative, then you literally cannot help it. But the bottom line is, we are made to have faith, trust in what we can see, and to build that up. But also it goes the negative way as well, in so much as if you keep following a pattern and it keeps going bad, that also is going to have a reverse effect of a lack of confidence, which then you start to expect the worst, because you've seen it a few times and that's the pattern that you've seen happen. Let's just save the game. So we haven't seen the autosave kick in, so maybe it does observe the fact that if you have saved as well. Right, so then. Yeah, this really is me sort of trying to, I wasn't going to leave it all to the end like I was originally intending to do. I thought, well, let's get some straw until we at least feel the Which I'd imagine we're not getting far off, really. I'd imagine. So at that point, we're going to leave it, and obviously we'll start to process when we've done the next harvest. But I'm still going to cut it, like I said, they'll keep, or like I said many times now, that we're going to literally do this, and then next session, we're going to split the two harvests. We've got the sugar beet harvest next. I think everything's ready now. I'm sure that's how we left it. It's just, yeah. So we should see the top fields as red. We do indeed. So yeah, that's everything. Right, let's just grab. That's all the straw off this one. Right, now then, these are the dangerous bits. When you go up, you've got to go full pelt and then like carry on. Let's just see. Now, we're not at the edge of the map, so we're going to go full pelt to see if it is anything to do with speed. But let's actually save the game one more time because we really don't want to lose the game or where we're actually going. So let's see if it has anything whatsoever to do with speed on this, like with this particular mod. Not that I've like travelled around thrashing this Summit Chronic lots and lots of times. I personally think, looking at what I've observed, is the fact it's always against that edge of the map, always, that it goes wrong. Right, so then let's go until we actually fill this up. Yeah, the production costs have been normal. So whatever like production weirdness has gone on makes me wonder if it's one thing that last update addressed. So we've been having issues on this particular one of like major 20,000 costs, and then the last couple of like times we've gone through, it's been like 838 and things like that, which is normal. So again, these are also things that you like think, well, has this got any impact on anything? Or that's what I'm saying. Anybody who's observing scientifically, you really should. That's the way you do it. You ask your questions. And again, in my job, it's I've got trained observation because it's what you do as in a diagnostic sort of setting, is you observe. So again, it's one of those things that everyone's got, but some of us train it. It's like part of what you actually do for a living. So. And with the modding as well, it also gives you that added, like thing to look at. Now, of course, there are tools in the game, but I don't want to keep switching those on for you guys and gals. It's bad enough we're looking at this crash where you're looking to see if any mod is crashing, or when the game normally crashes, it usually locks up. It doesn't usually exit. It's exit like it has been doing on this map, and only on this map. Now that's a very serious crash, but it's not recording anything. If you go in the log file after you sort of come back in, it's not sort of showing anything special. There's no like exited due to such and such crashing. There's none of that. So we should have, we've got this silo as well. I think did we fill this? Again, that's what I'm saying, I'm not sure. I can't remember whether we did or whether it's also emptied now. Yeah, I mean, as in like it may have, but I think the straw mod, got to be careful because this one's a bit more tricky to get to now. That's obviously is a bit of space, so that's not bad. Will we get all the straw in? And will we save the game? Well, the save game hasn't ever kicked in, so whether it does sort of do a time bit between you doing the saves, and if it like it's 15 minutes before the save, it will kick in. But it definitely had something to do. I have noticed, and it was obviously mainly on this map, that autosave didn't kick in, and I'm like, because it obviously it tells you, it calls it clipping. When it's going to do the autosave, this new one, it basically locks your game up for a couple of seconds, or about a second. You can feel, it's like when you used to use Courseplay on FS19, it used to thrash the game whenever it was trying to unload. you'd know when the harvesters was trying to know, because the entire game would lock up for a little while. Yeah, and you got sort of could feel it, so you got used to it. That was like the thing that you think, oh right, the harvester's unloading now, and that's because you observed again the pattern, and that pattern was, you know, always that way on. So this is similar, but we haven't seen it do the save. And I did uninstall and reinstall it, so it's been deleted and re-added in case the mod itself got damaged by the update or something like that, because it worked fine before the update, and then again, as many things, it's, you know, like literally been damaged. Right, so then, ooh, let's get this last little bit off the field, and then we are, for once, we've actually done something, got quite a long way. Let's get that last little blob. So that's the last of the straw, and it's also the last of the sunflower. So next session we will hopefully, yeah, I was about very close to like saying, right, I'm pulling out of this for now until, you know, I'm going to keep trying every now and again. But why is that not actually? Is it perhaps a field? Or perhaps I'm not quite in the right place. There you go. Ooh. A little tiny bit. 40 litres. You can hardly see it going up the chute. Belt. Oh, okay. It's finding some more. Well, that was a bit odd. Right. Let's quickly save the game. Excuse me, I've got a horrible frog. Right, okay then. So it appears everything is okay. Oh, that's right. No, there was a mover in as well. And the Concorde and the Timber Runner and the medium general tanker again. Ooh. That's unbelievably good value for the medium one. It is. Trouble is, we don't really need it, do we? We've really already got the two small ones, and they are adequate. It's just, it's a very good price. Right, so then, I think what we're going to do is pop up to the top two fields, and no, it's actually that one where the greenhouse is. And I think we're going to have the store deliver for next session. Now we also need someone with narrows. Sugar beets. I think sugar beets been changed, hasn't it? I'm sure it doesn't care anymore about this one particular thing. I'm sure it doesn't. Although I'm not going to push it with that. I think we left the stayer at the top. We did. So then. No, we've obviously filled it and it's still happy. So let's just try going on the field with a tyre, just to see if it actually is alright. And a bit of lights, probably, it's not a terrible idea, really. Yeah, it has been changed. I thought so. Obviously, we all know it did used to, the same as potatoes, but I think even potatoes have been changed as well. Right, so then, let's grab the... Now, I think we're going to have it delivered inside the field. I don't think this is going to like get through that gate. Yes, this one... So really, we're going to have to... Trying to think how it actually works. And also, it does seem to be a space thing, so... Save the game one last time. So at least we're actually at this point. So yeah, the autosave has got to be something to do with if you do the save yourself. Then, yeah. So then, we're going to lease. Yeah, I can't even accuse my things of crashing this or anything like that. So that was the original one. That's the... yeah, the smaller one. That one does do sugar beets, and it's cheaper to lease, so why would you not actually do that one? That's exactly true. So let's lease that for 5496. Yes. Let's see. Oh, you seriously? You, of course you're gonna go. Of course you're gonna go the wrong side of the hedge. Of course you will. So that would be like too much to expect. It would obviously be. It's got to be space. I hate this, but we know it's not going to work any other way than me actually grabbing this on the field this side. We cannot get through that gate. Was there another way to do that? Maybe, yeah, maybe I could have thought about it a little longer and to actually get this. Now that's better. That is better. It's in front of me now. Good job it's not the good old days when, like, we could crush this crop very easily. Right, so then, ready for next session. Yeah, so let's get this, let's say our goodbyes and quit while we're ahead. We've got that harvest done and we haven't crashed. We've not got anything. Oh, we have. Oh no, that's literally, yeah, the other thing is, this is what I was saying. Yeah, it's roller, only 0 children given. Right, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Index not found. I'm going to screenshot that. Because that, I need the information. Yeah. Oh, I keep in the wrong one. My bad. Right. I've got, what am I on about? I'm recording the screen, you plonker. Yeah, I'm recording all of the time. Right. So all that remains to be said is, thank you very much for putting up with me. Thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.